see what is the remaining one. Alright, so we are going to be going into the third match of this best of 5. And we will see if Venny rolls over him or whether Tao can make a stunning comeback. But she could do. It is possible. So just waiting on Tao right now to just reply. Alright, so we'll be going into... Oh, I had Tao's winning screen up, that was my apologies. So we'll be going into the next one pretty soon. As soon as we get the map. Alright, so there's going to be the Secret Garden as our final map. Alright, and we're going to go into it. Just waiting on the players. And here we go. In the top left hand corner, in the red trunks just to screw with me, because he should be in the blue. It is gonna be Tao. Down on the bottom right on Secret Garden. It is gonna be Benny. No. That players was having a quick discussion of the fact that mages are slightly ridiculous still. They got a couple of price nerfs recently, but the unit themselves is still really strong. like stupidly so. Looks like he's going to be 6 expand out of both of them. Okay, just having a quick chat about which games they came from. Obviously a lot of players do come into Little War Game from games like StarCraft, Age of Empires and Brood War. Benny obviously one of those. I believe he's a Masters player in StarCraft. Turns out Tao was also a Masters player. So again, fairly similar builds from both players here. Alright. So both players apparently still fair chunk of StarCraft. A lot of players still do play StarCraft actively while they play the war game. StarCraft obviously has a much bigger scene and ladder and things, but the war game's nice and casual, so. Benny neglecting to scout just yet, and Tao will be. But I think Benny's going to be pretty confident in his build. Based on the victory of the last 2 games, he can afford to be a little bit more greedy again in this game. It'll be interesting to see if it's going to be the third build, the same build one more time. No, it's going to be the build from his earlier match. It is going to be a Dragon Rush strategy, and then into the +2 Dragon Armor again. So that's really nice to see. I really like to see the sort of dragons come out on these maps. It's nice to still see them being used a bit. So Tao is going to spot this coming, but as we saw in Benny's game against Volt, it's still really hard to stop this. Like, Heal Mage under dragons is still a nightmare. And there's going to be a barracks follow-up here from Tao, and Benny's going to scout that. Tao's going to be going into his rifleman fairly shortly, but I don't know. We'll see. Can he take on the onslaught of dragons that is going to be Benny? So, for those of you who don't know, riflemen are generally considered the counter to dragons, being anti-air, being quite fast, and being a lot cheaper. But as of late, people have started to once again really struggle against some of these Dragon Rush strategies. Now people are starting to grab armor on their dragons, so riflemen's a lot less effective against them. Sort of they've been counter-attacking multiple places. It's good. People are actually starting to use them properly, and it's getting really quite difficult. So we're actually going to see only one nest so far here from Benny. Possibly going to see a second one pretty shortly. There we go. There's the second one going down. And it's going to be the same build that he used earlier in this tournament. And right now, Tao's just trying to get up as many barracks as he can to sort of deal with this, but it's going to be really difficult. He's basically going to need a huge swathe of... Oh, I don't agree with that. He's going to need a huge swathe of riflemen to try and pick this off, but it looks like Tao's going to try and grab a catapult and just force the issue. So he's going to try and get enough riflemen to keep the dragons off, and then see if he can pick off this fort. but I think Venny's dragons are just going to come out really before that's too much of an issue, and the big loss of gold is going to really hurt him as well. You really just need a lot of riflemen with upgrades to sort of take on this dragon sort of rush. And there we go. Second dragon's going to start up. A catapult's going to start up pretty quickly here from Tau, but I think it's just going to be way too late. The dragon's already halfway done. They're going to pick off the catapult pretty soon. And there's only one rifleman on the map to try and deal with this. I think this is the wrong choice of build from Tau, and I think it's going to cost him really dearly. Dragon's about to pop out now for Venny from his main base, and we'll see how much damage it can do. Oh, Venny actually possibly just supply blocked for a minute here. Dragons, I guess, take up... I'm not sure how much supply they take up, but clearly a lot. Oh no, that's targeting supply block. There we go, Venny's supply block from 19 out of 20. And Tau's one rifleman, one catapult is not really going to do anything here. As soon as these dragons find them, they're going to be picked up pretty quickly. The catapults obviously can't shoot up. The dragons are apparently early from Venny. I disagree with Venny's choice to really do any damage to this workshop. It's not a threat. He wants to be able to pick up these units here in the middle of the map and then start harassing workers. More dragons are about to pop out here from Venny. He can't quite yet engage this main force. But he should be able to do a lot of damage if he just commits to going for his opponent's base. There's so few units out here from Tau that I think the dragons are just going to be able to clean it all up. Tau's looking to get aggressive on his opponent's base, but I don't think he can right now. And now here we go, the dragons are going to pick off one rifleman at the front here. Another rifleman's about to start get targeted down. There's only 6 left on the map here for Tau, and dropping down to 5 now. The dragon's being pulled back, the weak. He's going to pick off another rifleman here. There's only 2 left in his main army at the front. The dragons are going to pick that one off. There's one more left. There we go, the catapult's not going to be able to do anything against this, and he's in a lot of trouble. There's 2 more dragons on the way here from Venny. He's going to actually have to free up some supply, which he's trying to do now. But Venny's just going to be able to ride across the map. There's no towers in place. These dragons are now going to come soaring across the map, and Tau just has nothing to deal with it. He's got 5 riflemen, but we just watched 5 riflemen die to 3 dragons, never mind 5.